Hi, everybody. Where in the world are Matt and Julie Beemer? Do you know where we're at?
We are back in Beirut.
Yeah. It's so nice to be back. It's a little bit cold, so got my jackets on.
It's amazing weather here. It's amazing weather. You do get off the sea. You do get the blustery wind this time of year, which I actually love. I think the weather's amazing. I'm glad, though, that we're not living in the days of Jesus where we had to be transporting ourselves across the sea.
No way.
That Mediterranean Sea can be pretty blustery.
Oh my
I saw
gosh.
a ship today. Ship today was going like a big ship too. I mean, like a big what do you call it? Cargo.
It was
ship.
like a freight cargo.
And that thing, when I first saw it, it had its back end in the water. And it looked like it's going to be overwhelmed by the waves. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought it was sinking when I first saw it, but then it would just kept going like this.
I would never be Peter. I would be the disciple no, I don't even think I would be on the boat, babe. No way.
She wouldn't have gone on the boat. She's Desert Rose from Arizona.
No way.
She'd rather handle rattlesnakes.
And scorpions, much less than sharks and water. There's no way. Oh, but we're here in Beirut, and we're so excited. We're Club 1040, and I know, Matt, what does Club 1040 mean?
Club, it's more than a name, it's a vision. And we break down Club 1040 to help us really understand what Club 1040 is all about. It's in the name. So Club is a group of like-minded people who come together around a common purpose and mission. And 1040 window, that 10th parallel, 40th parallel, and especially for Club 1040, it's that North Africa, Middle East section of the 1040 window. It's the place where missiologists have identified the greatest number of least reached peoples, the greatest number of people that have lived their whole life and pass into eternity having never heard the gospel. That greatest concentration is in this area. And so that's the area that Club 1040 focuses on. And our mission statement in 6 easy words is?
A relational missionary movement, reaching the unreached people groups. So it's so exciting that we get to be your representatives in the Middle East, North Africa region. We're just so blessed. Just coming back today, well, we arrived yesterday, but just getting back here, we're just so blessed.
We arrived yesterday. No, we arrived the day before that.
Yeah.
But it feels like we arrived just today.
But I'm still so blessed to be your representatives. I showed a video of flying into Beirut so that many of you could see the area. It's calm, it's peaceful here. An hour and a half down the road, it's not so peaceful.
But I
just wanted to show you guys so that you'd know where we're at and what's happening here. It's a beautiful place to be with amazing people.
Continue to pray for the things happening in the south and on the border. And actually, in some cases, the things have moved north from the border, closer to where we are. We're safe. Everybody in the team's safe. Everybody's good. We're looking forward to having the Bible school sessions and church this weekend.
Yay! Can't wait to see everybody at church. It's going to be so nice.
Awesome. So what are we going to talk about today in this month's, as we do every month? We try to do it on the first Wednesday of the month. This is Thursday, partly because we had an unavoidable meeting conflict in our schedule yesterday, but and it wasn't because of jet lag. It was a meeting we had to do. So it's today, Thursday, but normally it's the first Wednesday of the month, and it's your opportunity, Q&A. It's your opportunity to ask questions. If there's any questions you want, just drop them in there, and we'll do our best to answer them. We've got a couple that come in through the month that we try to answer as well. And then we also update you. It's your source of like the best information that you can get from what your investment and what you as a part of Club 1040, what your impact is and has been over this last period of time. We're your extensions, we're your hands and your feet.
And voice.
And voice.
I always like to put that in there.
That's good. And you get to hear a little bit more about what you're achieving through Club 1040. So this last month, let's list off some of the things we'll talk about in this.
Let me just say hi, good morning to all of our Dream Teamers. We've got about quite a few people on this morning. Kayla, I saw you on there saying good morning. And Jeff Kaysen, we're going to be talking and giving you an update from Jeff. But this we're going to be talking about all the amazing things that happened January, February. Matt and I like to go back to the States, be with my kids, which I love to do, celebrating Christmas. But we had an amazing time there, got so much accomplished. We had a board meeting.
All the things that we need to do within the year kind of get pushed into those few weeks that we have together. Yeah. So we try to meet with the team as much as possible. We have our board meetings. We do dental checkups.
every health checkup we can do. Oh my gosh, it's like jam packed. We had a directors meeting. Many of you saw the pictures.
International Bible
International,
Colleges.
yeah. We also itinerated to a few places which were incredible and got to see many of you pastors and so many of our partners. We love seeing you when we get to itinerate and just touch base with you. We get to talk about Beirut Bible College. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, so today we'll just update you briefly on the board meeting and the international directors meeting, and then we've got a new project going live that we've been praying into for the last 5 years. We'll tell you about that, the Shabbat people, and quick update on the Bible College, and then some prayer points for moving forward, and then answer your questions. Don't forget, if you're not on our email list, the email will be coming out in the next day or two. And so make sure that you send us. You can just put the email right there in the little comment section and we'll get that. Otherwise, you can go on the website and you can sign up for the email.
Yeah, hi to Toby, Michelle Avery over in the UK, Raymond directors there, and then Barry and Adrienne Jensen. I think it's Adrienne this morning. I know Barry is in a undisclosed location, so good to see you guys.
Overseas.
Yes, ministering the gospel.
Doing what he loves to do.
Yeah.
So let's start with the board meeting. Tell everybody a little bit, I'll say this part. Every year we do, Club 1040 does 2 board meetings. We're part of ECFA, which is a verifying sort of accountability association certification, requires, by US nonprofit law, you only have to do 1 board meeting a year, but we do 2 and sometimes more than that through the year. And our annual regular meeting is in February every year. And so how did we do that?
Yeah, well, we have an amazing board. I'm just so grateful that we have, so far, Minigod and me, the only girl. We need some more women on this team. It's Women History Month. Hint, hint.
Club 1040, I'm the president, she's the vice president. So if she takes me, if something happens to me, she gets to lead everything.
I'll never take you out, I promise. No, anyways, so Jonathan.
I did see that little thing you laughed at that your sister sent you.
My sister has a great sense of humor, so we won't say what that was about.
You have to now because I mentioned it.
So she owns a salon, and she says it's amazing how I don't know any of my clients outside or go hang out with them, but I definitely know if they tried to poison their husband recently.
Yeah.
I can't believe you let me say this online, Facebook. This is awful.
So the fact that she laughed so hard at that gave me a little concern. She might be vying for that presidential role of the Club 1040. I don't know.
No, but Jonathan, our son, is on, and I'm so grateful. He's helping us and being an amazing board member. We've got Pastor Alan Morton from the UK, yep. Pastor Terry Roberts, Pastor Jason Younger, Pastor Joel Sims. Yep. Just an incredible board directors, but this year was so special, and I loved how we held it because we got reports from all of our main key people, well, not all of them, but many of our key team members. Yeah,
we like to do that where the different persons, when we're all in town together, it's one of the reasons we do it in February, because a lot of the team and different people are in town. And anyway, so we take a morning and different persons report throughout the morning, and then the board kind of gets that update live from the hearts and from the individuals themselves, and then we pull aside and really look into the business side of things as a board.
I was overwhelmed. I was just like amazed at all the things that God has done. This past year has been incredibly fruitful. I mean, it literally has been more. We grabbed hold of a prophecy that was given over us that there'd be more ministries, more leaders, more resources. And literally, as we've been declaring that back out, just, taking those words from the Lord and committing them to the Lord.
Getting the whole team to be speaking one voice.
It's just been amazing. Yeah, we've seen more successes this year than ever before. Many incredible new leaders on the team.
Yeah, so thank you for what you enable Club 1040 to do. And the good news is everything is growing and multiplying and positioning Club 1040 so that your impact is even greater in 2024.
So on to the International Directors Meeting. This was another amazing event hosted by Rhema. So Many of the directors, I think there was 134 in attendance, and then 100 other directors and teams from all around the world. I think there's 297 campuses around the world. And many of the directors and their teams came to Tulsa to be able to sit down and discuss, and the content was incredible.
Yeah, so you get people from all different parts of the world. You get people from India and from Europe, and you get people from Central and South America, and throughout Africa, the Middle East, and all coming together. And as Julie said, they're both directors and team members. And we talk about how the impact that everybody's working towards. There's like 7,000. There's actually more than that now. This statistic is 3 years old. So we did a survey and we found out there were 7,000 people that contribute in some way. The overwhelming majority of those are volunteers. And to help make these 290 Bible colleges happen, and training more than 20,000 people every single month, someplace in 55 countries. And what we're doing is we're emphasizing team building, leadership development, for the purpose of the fact that there's not 100 countries in the world. There's 197 countries in the world, or whatever it is. So we have a lot of places where these Bible colleges aren't, but our strategy is to grow from 290 campuses to 1,000 campuses across every place where God needs these campuses to be.
The commitment in that room is incredible. They're all missionaries that live overseas that, we're all volunteers working to do Bible schools.
Your support of Club 1040 enables us to volunteer for that big picture.
Good. And all their, partners and supporters help them as well. So millions of people around the world help to make these schools happen. And you help us to do what we're doing here. And we're so grateful.
And Club 1040 has a I would say an overbalance of influence at those times. I mean, we had 26 people in the room, and the Club 1040 team, they volunteered so well. I heard so many people sing the praises of the team. There's a lot of people that are based there in Tulsa, and so they gave of their time. There's like the Capples. They came, they work full-time jobs teaching, and they took time off, and they came all the way from Greensboro, South Carolina. And then I found out they went back right into, closing and purchasing their house and doing that. So yeah, people making significant sacrifices, working together, giving of their time, their talents and resources, and you're helping to really strengthen that whole movement of Bible colleges across the world.
Let me just say, yes, we do love our partners. Thanks for adding that, Madison, our producer on the other side. Let me say good morning to Nagwan from Alex. Her and her husband, they were part of all those. Yeah, they were part of many of those international online classes, which were incredible.
Yeah, and there were some places, like, for example, there were people in Cuba that were attending online. There were people in Mexico, Nicaragua,
Honduras. Nigeria, many people. Let me say hi to Jerry Stone. Hi, Jerry. You're getting ready to take off as well. And Ann Campbell's
Jerry was just in Malta.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Annie and Travis Campbell, they just arrived here to be part of our team here in Lebanon.
Go Beyond.
Yeah, Go Beyond. We're excited to have them here.
What is Go Beyond?
Can you say that? Go Beyond. I don't want to.
She's like, I don't know. What is it? I heard about it once. So, Go Beyond is for people that are experienced ministers or graduates of Bible college, and have a call for mission ministry, and it's their opportunity to come and basically learn by doing. It's an application-based internship-like program where it's not classroom-based, but it's learn by doing through experience in a safe environment, and be trained and equipped for the call of mission on a person's life. It's really especially designed for more near culture mobilization, especially for people like from Brazil to come and be trained here for then reaching out into the Middle East or people like that.
I love reaching missionaries. I'll say hi to the Cloynes, Trent and Rhonda Cloyne. We got to meet her, and her daughter is volunteering with Club 1040 Dream Team. Her and her husband are pastors in Illinois. Did I get that right, Rhonda? Illinois. So good to see you on here. Thanks for joining us. We've got quite a few people
So
on.
Jeff Kaysen is in Jordan. He was in Egypt. He was in Cairo last night. He's on his way to northern Iraq. And we're not going to say too much about the details and the circumstances of this because it's a little bit
security sensitive. Yeah.
But there is a UUPG, a UUPG. So if you know what a UPG is,
Unreached people group.
yeah, a UUPG is classed as an unreached people group that hasn't had, they're completely unengaged. They have no Bible in their language. They don't have any Christians living among them. They have no church, etc. That was one of the questions that came up recently. We have, when we were at Finishing the Task, which was hosted at Saddleback Church by Pastor Rick Warren and his team there, where there was a gathering of, I mean, pretty much every mission organization that's a significant mission organization in the world, all the big names were there. And then there was us. And when we were there, they had a list of somewhere around 1,000 UUPGs that were considered unadopted, they're like, by the end of our time together, we want these to be adopted. And we found that a couple of those were in areas where we work. And so this is now 5 years ago. It's before COVID.
I love this story. Keep on going. It's just so amazing.
Ronnie Elliott was with me at the time there, and he sent messages out to a few different people and asked some questions. And so we made a commitment to adopt the Shabak people in northern Iraq. And we posted that project on the website and have just been standing and believing God for two things. One is the person who can lead that, and secondly, the resources to get that project started. And in this last 2 months,
yes, Jesus,
for the last year and a half or so, Jeff Kaysen, who's now in Jordan, he's someone that we've known going back to. He
was there at the birth of Jonathan, so that tells you how old we've known him
just
forever.
after the birth.
One day after the birth.
He took the first picture of Jonathan and Julie and I together. He wasn't at the birth. He was just after the birth.
I didn't realize what I was saying. After the birth.
So yeah, he arrived like 2 days or something after Jonathan was born, and took the very first picture we've ever had of him. So we've known him for many, many years. Anyway.
And he married wonderful Nina, who is from England, and they lived with us, and we lived with them, and oh my gosh,
yeah. To the kids.
Yeah, just amazing couple.
Yeah, so in our right-hand man and woman for many years, and then they traveled around the world several times in many, many different countries out of the church that we pioneered there in England. Anyway, so they've been in a season where they've been focusing on other things, but in the last year and a half, Jeff has reconnected with our team, Club 1040 team. And in fact, I don't know if it's on, I think it's on the website if you want to support them.
Yes, it is on our Club 1040 website. The Kaysens, Jeff and Nina Kaysen.
Yeah.
And there might be a link up here. I can put it on afterwards, though, if it's not on there.
Yeah, so go underneath where it says give, and then look, give to a missionary specifically, and they'll list the different missionaries there. And they're one of our newest. We had frozen adding anyone to our support because we provide Club 1040, because of your support, we're able to provide free missionary services to people, but they have to be people that are vetted, approved in relationship through a process. Well, anyway, so Jeff is reinitiated that, and you can support him that way. But then also, he's the perfect guy to take this project on. And I talked to him about 2 months ago. He said, yeah, he's been doing all kinds of research since, and he's on his way right now in the airport towards his first fact-finding trip.
As soon as he came on board, this just is so God, finances immediately came in to cover that. It was just like God needed that person. As soon as that person came in, the finances came in. I love that story of, God is looking for people all over the earth just to jump in their place, and resources came literally immediately after he came.
Yeah, and that project's been on the website, like I said, for like 5 years. We've just kept refreshing it every single year. And someone that I don't even know exactly how much interaction we've had with them, if any. They just saw it on there, and they said that support, so they wanted to take care of the full thing. And so anyway, that project is going live, and you'll hear more about it in updates. But the process is fact finding, and that group is, like I said, an unengaged group. The end goal is within 2 to 3 years to get someone who is a believer, a near culture believer. In other words, someone that understands the language and someone that understands the context, not a cross-cultural one like from America or someplace, and where they live amongst them. And the aim is that they would, just through relational evangelism, begin to engage that unengaged group.
How fun to adopt an unreached people group. Thank you for making that happen, partners. We just appreciate that so much.
Yep. So we're coming in for a little bit of a landing here, but just to state that in Beirut, even with all the tensions and everything, the Bible College continues to go well. And I've had great reports. Tony Cook was here recently, and in his visit, I just saw a report where the impact of his teaching was so strong that it's more and more people have wanted to hear it. It's just kind of spreading all over the place. So anyway, good things are happening there.
Yeah, in fact, I was able to do a women's meeting in Michigan where the women wanted to support the women's students.
That's right.
And so I thought that was amazing that they would want to get behind our women's students. I love, we've had women instructors, and now our students that are women can see that they can go all over the earth with the Arabic language and French language and minister this gospel. So it's so exciting to raise up these women leaders. Thank you, Jesus.
And we're on the downward slope from a scholarship perspective. We're only 27 more to go to finish the project out.
Let me just say this, my mom, she wanted to support, my mom is a senior citizen. She's on a pension. She lives by herself and has a limited income. And she was so wanting to scholarship a student. And she went out and had a yard sale, and she sold stuff that was precious stuff to her just to support. She made just enough to be able to support and scholarship a student. She's
your mom is awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. I just love that story. Anybody that has a heart to do something. There's seed in the house.
Yes, there is.
Lots of seed in America.
There's a lot. Yeah. I used to say that a lot. I haven't said it for years, but I used to say if every American just had a sale and sold things they haven't used in the last 3 or 4 years and donated that to a mission organization that's reaching the unreached, we would pretty much complete the Great Commission.
It'd be amazing. In fact, we always tell people, whenever you support a missionary, any missionary, there's a missionary blessing that goes with that. We've had people that have let us use their car that they had tried to sell for years. And immediately after they let us use it, it's sold. When they come and volunteer.
Same with the house.
Same in a house as well. Their house is sold.
Someone let us stay in their house. It hadn't sold and dropped. What do you call it? The sale dropped through a couple times. That's not the right word.
It fell through. Yeah, fell through.
Fell through a couple times.
People that have not been able to get a job for years, they come in, they volunteer, and they immediately get a job.
Yeah.
That's not a good.
We get them trained, and they're really doing a great job, and then
they go.
Yeah, which is great. We love
them to have jobs.
Okay, so let's finish now is prayer points for this coming period as we go into this month of March that we're in now.
Yeah. We are getting ready to do something exciting. In Austria, they have one of the largest missionary conferences. It's been going for over 20 years. They've asked us, Fred and Judy Lambert, who are missionaries there in Austria, they've asked us to come. And, Matt teaches amazing on missions. That's one of our heartbeats, is that we go places and we get to minister about the Great Commission. And so there are going to be people there for this Let's Go Mission Conference. And then
and then they have kind of like booths as well, and all the different mission organizations. I think you said there's around 30 mission organizations. A lot of the very well-known, well-established evangelical mission organizations are there. It's going to be a great opportunity to make connections, build relationships, and then also really impact and influence and inspire people to connect with those mission organizations.
So exciting. And guess what? I get to teach the kids. And then this is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm really excited. They've asked me to teach parents how to help their children be mission-minded. And so I'm really excited about it. It's come up in my heart so strongly. I have a feeling it's going to be really good.
I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And we get to lug around a whole extra suitcase.
This is not lugging around. This is an opportunity to cause children to be able to dress up in the world costumes and have the flags. It's a massive suitcase. Madison, yes, it's a massive suitcase. But we get to train children because I think it's important. Do you want to hear what I think?
Tell me.
I think it's important that children hear the voice of the missionary. They don't get to hear the missionaries. And, this is one of the things I'm going to teach.
It's a really powerful point.
They need to have heroes, real life heroes.
Because in today's church, in the old days, the church, all the kids, everybody were in one room. And so the missionaries, like the old days when we were kids in church, we would hear the missionaries because we were sat in church.
Yes. Yes, and I got to hear missionaries, and then my mom was so excited she'd have them over to our house. We'd get to feed them dinner, and my mom was a single mom. She was not married. She had 3 young children, but we still had them over to our house, and I got to meet them. And
now you're a missionary.
Now I'm a missionary.
An emotional. That's probably a little jet lag. Yeah. So, but in today's church, especially in America, the children go off to their in a very amazing children's ministry. And so people teach on missions or about Great Commission in children's ministry, but there's something different about exposing the children to the voice of a missionary.
Yeah, and even missionary kids. Oh, kids love to see that missionary kids are out there, and they would love to support them as well. And that reminds me of, our Around the World with Matt and Lizzie books. This is a great time for Easter to be able to purchase them so that your kids can receive that missions heart. I pray over every book and believe God that God is showing them their future destiny, what He has for them. And those pictures and illustrations from Guy Wallach are incredible. And I believe that each book is speaking to your children, giving them life and letting them see what God has for them.
Exactly. And so that's what's going to be happening in Austria at the Let's Go Mission Conference. Julie's going to be inspiring the adults to impart a mission heart to their children, and also ministering to the children themselves with the Parade of Flags and Parade of Nations that way. And then I get an opportunity to minister as well.
And then we
are in the church on the Sunday, a couple services there. And then we go right from there
to a secret place. So let me just say this before I go any further. Those of you who like to get kind of behind the scenes and hear what's happening, I have a private page called Club 1040 Dream Team, and it's on Facebook. And I try to give a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, pictures that are
you can share things
that we can share things that we can't talk about. So if you have an opportunity to find that on Facebook, your profile, it's like I said, it's a secret page, it's a private page, and it doesn't go out to everybody. We're going to be able to kind of show you a few things that are going on, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how much we're going to be able to post on that.
Yeah.
But so the purpose of that is there's been a particular country, and there's several of them, but a particular country that we've been building, team for and praying into for the last year or more. And we've got a very strategic visit. People who know how to pray together are converging. There's like 30 or 40 of us that are coming together from around the world, literally, for a number of days. And we're going to be going to some strategic locations as well as praying together, hearing from some of the local people there in ways that you can't typically get to hear. It's going to be a very powerful time together. And there'll be much more coming out publicly about that as we near the end of this year and go into next year.
So just a few comments on Facebook. Amy Russell, she's the Cookies Take the Cake lady. She makes our cookies for many of you that get special gifts. She says it was an honor to meet Jeff Kaysen and get to hear what he had to say. Rachel, all the way from Arkansas, Rachel Doctorello, she's saying good morning, Rachel. My mom, hi Mom, you got on here. I'm so proud of you. You were able to find that. And then Barry and Adrian, she said lug around.
Lug around. Yep.
It's not lugging. In fact, Amy says my boys all remember those times of getting to dress up in other countries. Amy, and I still have the costume where your little boy had an accident. It was great. We washed it since. I'm so happy.
Yeah, there's been a few of those, hasn't there, over the years?
Yeah. Oh.
I wonder how many children have worn those.
I've got pictures, yeah.
There must be hundreds of kids
All around
that
the
have been
world
impacted by
too.
that. Yeah.
Kids love to get dressed up, and it takes them and transports them to another country, and it helps them to learn about missions.
One of the things I love that you do is you get that map out, and you get them praying in different countries.
Getting a map on the floor is incredible, and kids love to pray. I love to hear their voices pray out. You know, they're listening to the news whether you think they are or not, and they know what's going on, and their prayers can make an impact in those countries. And so I love to show them how their prayers can make a difference even now. So, and it teaches them geography. I needed geography.
Which the kids in Austria probably all know perfectly well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There they. Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
Yeah, Madison. She helped me this last time pray with the kids. Good job, Madison.
That's
well
awesome.
done.
So,
I love that picture.
Yeah. So made two major prayer points for this coming period would be the
Let's Go
Austria
conference
Let's Go mission conference
next week. Yeah.
And praying for us for strength and for preparation and all that, and then also prayer for our time in that security sensitive nation. And then we're immediately back here teaching. Jeff Case is going to be here as well, and I'll be teaching in Bible college.
The love of God.
Yep.
That's going to be I can't wait to hear Matt minister on that, and Jeff as well. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
See our students. I'll take lots of pictures so that you can see who you are supporting, who you're scholarshiping, and the amazing faces. These students here, they challenge you, they inspire you to keep on going, you know, to serve the Lord, even in difficult situations. I'll tell you a little secret. The Lord, I know this is going long, but the Lord showed me, you know, I was really concerned for them. And the Lord told me this, and this is going to be mind-blowing revelation. Are you ready for this? He told me, he said, Psalms 91 is not just for America. Psalms 91 is for the world. And when he told me that, that just was like amazing. Psalms 91 is for all of our Lebanese students, all of our Egyptian, all of Turkey, everywhere around the world.
That's right.
I love that.
So questions. There was a question about the baby Beamer.
Oh, there was one question. Many of you saw our pictures on the Club 1040 Dream Team and our profile. We're grandparents, and they wanted to know when the baby was due. It's due in June, so we're looking forward to a baby Beemer.
And we got the gender reveal this last month.
Got the gender reveal with Michelle and Jonathan.
Baby Beamer is a
girl. She's a girl. Yes.
Yep, that'll be great. Love it.
Thank you guys for all you do for us and helping us. You make it light and easy. And we're excited to be your missionaries. We don't want to do anything else. We just want to be missionaries for you, being sent by you, and being your representatives all around the world. So thank you for all you do for us. We love you guys.